Ahoy mateys, I be your captain to this amazing sea journey of killing enemies. That's right, we're going to be slaying enemies today. And we're going to make the enemies slayable so that we can slay them first. Let's start now. In Minecraft, hitting a zombie reduces its health. And when its health reaches 0, our dear zomboid dies. To put it in computerish terms, one would say that the zombie collided with the player's weapon whilst an attack animation was playing. And when the attack animation was playing, the zombie took some damage, and that damage caused his inevitable demise, causing the slaying that we're going to be doing to the enemy today. We're going to make him our own slave. That's right, a slave to our computer. But rather, we're also going to be making him our enemy. That's right. Today, I'm not going to use hitboxes and hurtboxes like in Minecraft, because in Godot, it's very easy and possible to do it with our collision shape itself. It's very easy, very simple. I'll teach you how to accomplish this feat. Let's start the tutorial now. I think you might have some lag spikes in mind when I actually start making stuff. Okay, because when you remember properly, the navigation agent 3D and the enemy script, when they collided with our player and his player script, caused a major lag spike. Why did this happen? Well, I can tell you the reason right now. So you see, convex collision sibling. Do you recall anything? If you did, that's great, because we made them in the past two videos, in the character movement video and the enemy movement video. These two guys are the people who are causing the majority of the lag. So we first need to delete them, and we need to use a capsule on the capsule player, and we need to use some sort of a sphere, which means a collapsed capsule, to fill up our enemy's body. This is not very hard to do, and I'm done with it actually. This reduces most of our lag. Now let's actually start the tutorial. First, make sure to open your enemy script and make sure to create these two variables. One variable is for health and the other is for collision timer. We say public int health and public int collision timer. I want you to export the health variable, so write the following prefix before the line that you're writing the health variable in. Under square brackets, write export in Pascal case. Pascal case is basically a case where the first letter of each word is in capital and there is no space between words. That's what C# uses, if you're curious. So once you've done this, I want you to get under the physics process function. Once you're under the physics process function, I want you to switch tabs to character 1, the script that we've made for our player's movement. I want you to make a damage variable which is public int dmg and export it to the editor so that we can handle it inside the editor itself. We don't have to open the script every single time we have to edit a single property. Once we've done this small thing, I want you to do another thing. That is, I want you to check if the getLastLight collision function does not return null. To do this, we write the following words. If within parenthesis getLastLight collision within parenthesis nothing, and followed by equal to or not equal to NUL, actually not equal to. And if this condition is satisfied, we store the collided object in a variable b and we typecasted it to node, You see, to do this, we need to write the following words. Var the variable you want to name it, b in my case, is equal to within parenthesis node followed by getLastLight collision dot get collider. So this basically returns to us the Godot object that has collided with our enemy. And now, since we've typecasted it to node, we can check if the node is in any group. What's a group? So you see, in Godot, a group is basically a tag that you can attach to different things. It's like once you say player and you put it into a group, player. It's like you attach a tag on stuff and an allay basically takes it and puts it into a box and arranges it for you, like in Minecraft. Exactly, that's a group. Once you've done that, we basically know whether the player is colliding with an enemy or not. How to check this? We say if within parenthesis b dot is in group within parenthesis again followed by the name in string, the name of the group in string. In my case it's player, in your case it could be literally anything. After that's done, we have to do another thing. Now that we know that the player is colliding with the enemy, we need to update the collision timer every physics frame. To do this, we say that collision timer plus equal to 1, followed by semicolon, obviously. And at the first instance of the collision, we induce a damage to the enemy. How does this happen? We say if collision timer equal to 1, and then we reduce the health by the damage. How do we get the damage? Write the following words: health minus equal to b dot get, followed by parenthesis within which you'll write the name of the damage variable within a string quotations. And then we follow it up by a semicolon like we usually do. That's it. Congratulations, now you've handled health properly. After this, you have to write if health equal to 0, then we queue free our enemy variable, which is basically b dot queue free, or we free the get last slide collision dot get collider, which is basically the same thing, but queue free seems to be more memory conserving, so I'm gonna go with queue free. And if our enemy did not collide with the player and had collided with something else, we set our collision timer to 0, which is basically this. Else if not b dot is in group player within parenthesis. After this, we open our curly braces and we write the magic words: collision timer equal to 0. Yeah, that's it. You're pretty much done. This is it for the video. And to give you a sense of pleasure, I'm gonna play the results of our hard work. But before that, I want to print the health variable each time the enemy is injured. So we go back to that part and write gd.print followed by the health variable within parenthesis, and then we finish it up with a semicolon. They say to err is human. I'm not cutting out the error out of my video because I have way too many other things to do. Instead, I'm going to tell you what to do instead to fix the error in our script. You remember the b.queueFree part, right? If health equal to 0, b.queueFree is what we wrote. That's very wrong apparently, and it actually kills the player. We don't want the player to die from the enemy script. We want the enemy to die from the enemy script. So to do this, write this .queueFree instead of b.queueFree. Please change this, and if you do so, your game will work very fine as much as you need it to. There'll be some minor errors, but I'll fix that in a different video. For now, I think you know enough of collision. This wasn't so hard after all, was it? And as a bonus tip, I want to give you a function that will return to you whether an object is colliding with something or not. That is move and slide. You see, move and slide handles movement in Godot, but you can also use it for another thing, which is to check whether an object is colliding with something or not. Its return type is true or false. It returns true if the body is colliding with something, or it returns false if the body is not colliding with something. That is it for this video. And here's the demo actually, finally. I'd like to thank you for watching this video fully. And if you did gain some knowledge from this, I want you to share it with your friends who like Godot or have broken pieces and still want to learn game development. Or I want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to let me live in your subscription feed. I'll pay my rent in terms of videos that will help you become a better game developer with Godot. and pat yourself on the back and catch this brofist, cause you freaking deserve it, man.